Hello and welcome to Witness. I'm Raghi Omar. It's an all too common occurrence in Iraq today. A man is kidnapped, then the kidnappers release a video with his face blindfolded. But in the case of one man, nothing, just silence. No demands, no word about his fate for more than 2 years. Nothing. That is what happened to Aban Elias, an Iraqi-born American. We know he set off for Iraq shortly after the US invasion in March 2003 to help rebuild his homeland. We also know that on the day he was taken hostage, he was en route to meet a friend. Other than that, it appears he just vanished. Tens of thousands of Iraqis have been kidnapped since the US invaded. Some are freed, but most sadly are killed. Since May 2003, 268 foreigners have been kidnapped just in Baghdad. Of these, 135 were released, 3 escaped, 3 were rescued, and 44 were killed. The fate of 81 hostages remains unknown. We wanted to find out what happened to Aban Elias. So Al Jazeera's Josh Rushing investigated. You might recognize Josh. He spent 14 years in the US Marine Corps and was featured in the documentary about Al Jazeera called Control Room. Here's what he discovered.
He was traveling northwest of Baghdad. He was supposed to be at a certain location at a certain time. People eventually checked on him. They found he wasn't there.
I was kidnapped.
A few days later, the video was released in that he appealed to the Muslim community to assist him in getting out.
I call upon the Muslim Association.
The evidence basically ceased at that point.
May 3rd, 2004, Baghdad. Aban Elias vanished. Elias is one of tens of thousands of Iraqis and one of the dozens of Americans who have gone missing in Iraq.
We looked into all the leads, and the leads soon dried up, what is the long and the short of it. There just isn't a lot on his case to draw upon.
I'm a civil engineer working here in Baghdad.
The last clue appeared on this video, released May 6, 2004, by a group calling itself the Islamic Rage Brigade.
It's not normal. So it's always been a pretty mysterious case.
This man works for the U.S. government, finding Americans held hostage abroad. He has worked extensively in Baghdad, including on the case of Aban Elias. He would only speak with us if we agreed to conceal his identity.
There just isn't a lot on his case to draw upon.
This is a story about how Aban Elias first went missing.
Is there any indication he was targeted because they knew he was American?
And then how he seemed to vanish.
For now over 2 years. We know as if he vanished off the planet.
Aban Elias has not been treated as a hero back in the United States like many other American hostages.
They're wonderful people.
Some think they know why.
Are you saying that you think Aban Elias hasn't received much attention in the United States in his case because possibly
he's a Muslim and he's an Arab? Yeah, they say, well, the Arab kidnapped an Arab, let them do their own thing.
We wanted to find out what happened to Aban Elias, who he is, and why he wanted to go to Iraq. And for that, we went to Denver, Colorado to meet his brother. Kazwan Elias, Aban's younger brother, has been reluctant to talk to the media, fearing the publicity could harm Aban. This is his first ever extended television interview.
I mean, he's missing and I don't know nothing about it. Maybe there's somebody out there who knows a little more than what I do, which I don't know. That's why I'm just talking. I'm just saying whatever goes in my mind, and I'm telling you the truth. Yeah. I just hope it will trigger somebody's heart. I mean, I hope the people who took him just really release him, because he's just a regular guy.
Aban Elias grew up in a neighborhood near Baghdad. When he was a teenager, his family moved to the U.S., so Aban, Kazwan, and their siblings could go to school here. They eventually settled in Colorado.
This is like in 1985. We came to visit him, and this is like Colorado mountains in here, my dad and me.
Wow.
I looked a little different there.
Yeah.
Now photographs
Look at Aban.
are only flashbacks of a normal life gone by.
He's the handsome in the family, I guess.
The handsome one.
The handsome one.
The brothers
Dad's
excelled in the
married to
United
his
States,
wife, and then he came
both
back
earning
here.
U.S. citizenship and completing advanced degrees in engineering.
He looks
But they
so
never
different in
forgot
some
their
of his
roots back in
pictures,
Iraq.
Yeah, this is all him.
Aban and Kazwan returned to the
It's
Mideast
just-
for traditional weddings to Arab wives.
This is when he got married in Jordan. He got married to his wife, and then he came back here.
Wow, he looks different there.
Aban Elias embraced life in the United States.
Aban would be a guy who would become a senator or something. You know, I mean, Aban, if he lived another 5 years, I would really believe that he would have done something great for American people.
Aban witnessed the bombing of Baghdad, and he believed returning to Iraq to help rebuild the country was a way of aiding the U.S. reconstruction effort and of helping his native nation.
He wanted to build the country, just like the American government first stated that they want to build Iraq. I mean, he went because of that reason. He wanted to build the roads. He's a civil engineer. Engineering is to build the country, and that's he wanted to put his spirit, his work, all into building the country he was born in.
Aban's mother also returned to Iraq. They were in Iraq together for about 8 months. Despite the violence and confusion that swirled around them, Aban focused on his business and stayed out of politics.
He didn't have problem with Shias. He didn't have problem with Sunnis, and he was like a moderate kind of Muslim. I mean, he really didn't have. He wasn't living that life. He never grew up to hate anybody.
Aban's mother had come back to the U.S. for a visit when on that fateful day in May 2004, everything changed for the Elias family. Aban went to meet a friend, a meeting to which Aban Elias never arrived.
I was kidnapped.
The Elias family had no idea Aban had been kidnapped until, like everyone else, they saw it on television.
It was tough, Josh. I mean, it was, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of hard to express it with words. I just got hit with, seeing your brother blindfolded and he's all terrified. And my mom is right there. We were blacked out. It was just tough. Brother like that is.
Adding to the family's shock was something that Aban said on the tape.
And working with the Pentagon.
Any chance when he got over there, he started working with the military?
No.
Since he's Iraqi,
No.
American, he could blend a little more?
He would have said so, no. That's saying Aban wasn't in
The U.S. government
working
also
with the
denied
defense
Aban's statement in an official letter sent to the family.
which just says our records indicate that Aban Elias is an American freelance engineer in Iraq. There is no evidence that he was a contractor for the Department of Defense.
Has there been any concern, or has anyone looked into the possibility that maybe he wasn't abducted, that maybe there's something else going on here?
There's no indication in my knowledge of this case that there's anything other than a hostage taking. No other facts to my knowledge that would lead us any other direction.
There was also no direction coming from the kidnappers. That was May of 2004. Then nothing. No demands, no video of Aban being killed, just nothing. Feeling helpless in the United States, Aban's mother flew back to Baghdad, alone, in a desperate quest to find her eldest son.
And back and forth to Baghdad 4 or 5 times, asking all kind of tribes. She goes to Fallujah, she goes to mosques, she goes with my uncle everywhere.
Until some of the tribal leaders gave Aban's mother a stark warning.
The last thing they told her, don't keep on looking for him because you're going to get hurt too. They might kill you too. They told her just don't look for him anymore. Okay, saying all that, I mean, I don't know.
Days turned into weeks,
You're talking about is
weeks into months.
Is that the hardest part right now?
Yeah, that's the very hard part. It's just not knowing what's happening to him. It's really tough. I mean, if he's dead, then we know that will really relax us a little bit, at least to know that he's dead somewhere, and so we can go get his body and maybe bury him.
What has the United States done to help the Elias family? Has it forgotten Aban Elias? If so, is it because he's Muslim or Arab American? That part of the story when we return.